Hello and welcome. My name is Nitin, and today in our Alumni talk show, we have a new guest. His name is Sawan Khanduja, and Sawan is working as a director in his own company with the name Khanduja Estates Private Limited. Sawan has been an alumni of RICS School of Built Environment, and he is also a member of RICS. Welcome to our talk show,
Thank
Sawan.
you. Thank you.
So, Saban, it's been a long journey, and you graduated in the year 2020. But before we go there, I would like to check with you how RICS happened, and why RICS is what you choose, because I see that there's an interesting story around there.
Yeah, definitely. First of all, I would like to thank you for calling me here. And talking about how I got into touch with RICS. Before coming to RICS, I was doing a project which was my first project, which brought me into real estate industry. And after doing that project, there were so many challenges which I faced in that project, and which made me realize that I really need a professional training in the real estate industry. And after I had a word with one of my friend who had just passed his BBA in real estate, he told me about this course, and I got over the internet and I found about this course. And when I read about the contents, I just thought that this course is for me. Like, everything about it was so relatable with what I was looking for, because it actually offers everything you need to know about real estate. I think not only what you need to know, much more than that. So at that very moment, I realized that I need to do more research about this course. Then I connected with a couple of alumni also, and people who were before studying in RICS. And then I got enrolled in RICS. I went for interview, and then things happened. Talking about RICS as course, I think I got what I expected. I got much more than that. It broadened my horizon to absolutely another level. Before getting into RICS, I just thought that real estate is all about just buying a land, developing and selling it. And after getting into RICS, I got to know that there are so many aspects related to real estate, as in valuations, there are real estate funds, then there are government authorities, you can work in smart cities, and all those things I never knew about. And I could have never known if I wouldn't have been in RICS. So I was really glad, and I'm really thankful that I came to RICS and did my studies from here. And I think whatever I'm doing today, there's a very major contribution of RICS in that.
Looks pretty interesting, and I see that you are a second generation or a third generation entrepreneur in your family, and it was a really a nice layout wherein when you say that you entered into an entrepreneur setup and you made mistakes, probably there were a lot of learnings there.
Definitely.
And you found with your research, and you found that RICS could be the one solution that you might be looking at. You as you brought it out, a numerous amount of learning that you got. So any three key takeaways, or any takeaways that you would want to brought it out, that which really helped you in when you get back to your entrepreneur setup and you implemented them. So what were the top three areas that you actually worked out with RICS?
Right. So first thing about which helped me from RICS was the knowledge base. The knowledge base that you develop after graduating from RICS is really different from other professionals in the market. You get to know about each and everything in detail. So with that kind of knowledge base, it becomes very easy to function in the market.
Right, with this site visits and all, you get a lot of information.
Yeah, so your groundwork is already done. Secondly, I think networking, which we are taught in the real estate program. So throughout the course, we were told that you need to network, you need to make connects, you need to get out of your comfort zone. So that is another thing, because in real estate, it is all about networks. If you don't have networks, I don't think you can go really ahead, because all the opportunities, and there comes a lot of different opportunities from different connects. You don't even know which connect or which network might help you at any point. So networking is very important. Then talking about the third aspect is basically the whole process of real estate. Like, from you are taught how land is aggregated. Then there are different acts related to it. then how development is done, then how the process of development needs to be carried out, how do you need to take the approvals, then how to sell it, how to market your product, then coming on to how to maintain it. So all the aspects you cover. So along with knowledge base, networks, and the detailed knowledge of the real estate sector. So I think these three things really make up a core foundation of a real estate professional, and that is where RICS, creates a different benchmark
Right,
in the
gives
industry.
you a holistic overview of what the sector looks like and what all areas, possibilities you can evaluate there.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Good. So with the these informations that you captured, you implemented in your business, and you might have had your ups and downs. So let us talk about probably your journey, because when you graduated, it was year 2020, and it was not a very good situation out there. I think you also got placed, and with that scenario, take us through with the ups and downs in your journey post 2020.
Actually, it is a very interesting story to start with. As you graduate, you look for different opportunities. You are very motivated just to start and take off the flight.
Yeah.
Right. And at that very moment, if a pandemic happens and the whole, we talk about business, I think it is more important to survive at that point. If you talk about business, it doesn't make any sense with anybody at that moment where the whole world was into crisis. So the first thing was to be very mentally, physically strong to face that thing. Right. There are a lot of people who would have shifted onto other things or, found alternatives at that very moment. So I think in any situation like this, what I did and what I, advise is that we should not panic. And with that mindset, I started my journey. And as I came back to my hometown, everybody went back to their places. As I came back to my hometown, and since my family is into pharmaceuticals, so it was very tough for me, firstly, to convince them that at this point of time I wanted to do real estate.
Right.
Because everybody was had a very negative outlook towards the market, especially towards real estate, because it involves a lot of money, and there would be a scenario when people might default, not make payments, projects won't get completed. So the whole vibe was very negative at that point of time. So at that moment, what I did was I kept really calm, and I just focused on my work, that I have the knowledge. Sooner or later, this thing will get resolved. And then if I take any other alternative, I would regret my whole life. So it is better to stay calm and take care of each other at that moment. And as time passed, we see there were a couple of challenges. See, when you start the journey, already there are a lot of challenges. When you are starting for any new business, so you need to enter into the market. And when you enter at such a position, so it becomes even more challenging.
Right.
So then I had to, connect with people over the call and, talk to them for hours. And during COVID, a lot of people had a leisure time. So they were also available. So this helped me making connects into the market. Moreover, there were a lot of panic deals in the market that we were looking for. Although I don't think many people would have made money on any panic deals. Ethically also, this won't be correct.
Right.
And then as soon as the first wave got ended, we entered into the second wave. So it was a very long period of 1 to 1.5 years where I had no options. Like I was trying again and again and again and again. There was some or the other obstacle I had to face.
Right.
So by the time 2021 ended, which was 1.5 years after I completed my graduation, that was the time when things got back got back to normal. So at that point, I was in a mental state that either I had to do or I had to leave the industry. Either I had to do something in this field, or I had to change, or I had to do something else, which I couldn't afford to. So I tried whatever I could do. I was on the ground 365 days. For the next 365 days, I was on the ground, dealing with people, talking to channel partners, looking for sites, making my connects. I was also, along with that, I was making my connects with development authority people, building my knowledge base. In real estate, we have a macro knowledge, and then we require a micro, knowledge of every particular market.
Right.
So that knowledge needs to be built, and that will be built only when you work in the market.
With the experience.
Yeah. So that experience I got from the next 2022, and as you know, recently we have started our office also. So by the end of 2022, with His grace, we had a site. We started our first project, and now we are doing quite well.
Really interesting. Actually, a lot of groundwork is what you bring out in this kind of journey, and again with the strong persistence that you need to be sticking around to the probably your area of work that you are looking at. So that's really encouraging and motivating that ways. So taking the next step, tell us something about the project that you're working on, if you have that liberty, so that our audience can understand what all areas that you're working through. And I see that you are coming from background of commercial real estate, so take us there.
Yeah, sure. So I would be glad to share about our project. So currently we are working on a commercial project in an area of 30,000 square feet. So what our company basically does is that we provide land to people who are looking for commercial properties, such as hoteliers, such as people who are looking for offices, the companies that are coming into the city. As I belong to Bareilly, and it is a 3-tier city. So there are a lot of new restaurants coming up, new ventures coming up there. So all these people are our target audience, and what we do is we buy commercial properties and then we sell them. So in which talking about the commercial real estate market, so commercial real estate, one thing, location is the most important thing in real estate, but in commercial real estate it becomes even more important. Because you will have business only where there is population, there is encatchment, and you just can't sell a commercial property on a rate or any particular thing, right? So you need to have all the aspects. Neither a lower price could fetch you a client, nor a very good location could fetch you a client. I think there should be a balance of everything, and then you can succeed in that.
Right. Again, a lot of groundwork and research needs to go there before you actually invest in some property and you shape it up so that it can be sold.
Definitely. A lot of groundwork and a lot of, marketing needs to be done, because commercial real estate is as an expensive product. So you have, it is kind of a B2B as well as B2C business. So in B2B transactions, you have to be very keen with your client so as providing him a deal which he thinks is suitable for him, financially viable for him, and suitable for his business as well. So the clientage is also niche, and you have to take care of each and every aspect.
So moving ahead, you are also a member of RICS. So take us through the journey of being a member of RICS, because a lot of professionals feel that this might be a tedious project. You might need to be writing a long case studies, investment of a lot of work which goes there in making up the CPD hours and certain other things that you need to gather before you are eligible to apply for an APC. So how was your journey towards the MRICS?
Actually, I believe quality comes at a cost. And becoming a member of RICS is you are adding quality to your professional qualifications. So you need to spare some time for that. And you need to take it as seriously as you take your professional work. And once you achieve it, it's a very good feeling because you were recognized globally. So recently I went to an international conference and I presented my MRICS card, and there were firms from UK and South Asia. So they really recognized it. So I think MRICS gives you a global platform. And moreover, not only people recognize you, you have so many people with whom you can connect.
Right.
It is such a big, matrix where all the professionals and industry leaders are there, and you can connect with them on one go if you're an MRICS.
Right. So again, MRICS gave you a platform there. It gives you a recognition, probably trust when you are dealing with your clients.
Yeah.
So let's focus more on how the journey towards MRICS went. You must have get into some templates writing, probably a case. So was it too difficult to handle, or how things went with the preparation or setting up yourself for an APC?
I think it wasn't too difficult, I should say. It is just that you need to take out some time and you need to, really write down what you have been doing throughout your journey. And then there is a lot of assistance which RICS provides to its candidates. So at every step, definitely I had one assistance from RICS who helped me out, and they help you out at each and every step. Like if you are stuck at any point and you want to know about it and get into the details, so it is like that. And I don't think it's a very tedious or a very difficult thing to do. It's just you have to make up your mind, and you should be ready to give some time to it and some effort to it.
Right. So all that matters is you make up your mind and try and give some time and effort to the preparation, and you get there.
Yeah, I think hardly 2 to 3 months, not more than that.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it. So I think we have a great amount of details while we were discussing. So how do you look at the future while you are already dealing with B2B clients? You have your own setup. Yeah. How do you see next 5 years to be working in Indian real estate industry?
I think India as a market is doing really well across the globe. See, we talk about, people are talking about recession and all these things. But I think India is a growing country right now. It is globally, there's buzz about India, about India's business, the kind of investment that the government is bringing into the market. It's really great. And my outlook towards it is really positive. I think the way the market has performed in 2022 and the way it is performing in 2023, as we have seen in different reports also. So there's a very positive outlook of the all over market. And same, I believe that the market is doing really well. And coming for the next 5 years, I think there's going to be a huge opportunity in this market. Since there are so many government schemes going on, such as smart cities, every city is being developed, and then there's so much, investment from foreign institutions, and there's so much focus on energy business. There's so much focus on infrastructure. So I think all these things significantly contribute to real estate sector.
Right.
Not only all the businesses are booming right now, as we see. So I think real estate industry has a really bright future.
Right. So really, towards a really bright future that we are going ahead, and we look a very positive outlook for Indian market. Let's be there, and I hope you and other RICS professionals become the future of the profession and take up the big positions. CEOs and CXOs would be from the organization and the institute, and look forward to working with you. So thank you so much for coming today and giving us your time and sharing all the knowledge with us. So it was really helpful. Thank you so much.
It was my pleasure. Thank you so much.
So this was Mr. Sawan Khanduja from Sawan Estates Private Limited, who shared a lot of insights with us with his journey, how he became an MRICS, how the membership really helped through the matrices and the network that he was able to get through, and probably using the qualification, he would build the trust and confidence in his clients, shaping up his portfolio and building new clients, exploring more opportunities in the market that he's dealing with, and probably growing markets beyond Indian borders. So we wish him a luck, and we will come soon with our next guest on the show so that we share more knowledge and experience from these professionals. Thank you so much.